We are holding for the first time ever a ministerial mega press briefing which involves almost all the networks in the country that will launch this particular event to the national and international audience. Without taking too much of your time, let me invite the Honorable Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Honorable Ilya James, who will be giving us the opening remarks. In a short time, we'll kickstart the press briefing with the Ministry of Justice. Honorable Commissioner, you're welcome.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, honorable members of the State Executive Council, respected leaders of Adamawa State, good morning. It is my pleasure to address you today. I would like to start by acknowledging the tireless effort of the Executive Governor of Adamawa State in driving development and progress across our great state. Today we gather to showcase the projects undertaken by our governor, and I am proud to highlight some of the key achievements. Our governor has invested heavily in road construction, building bridges and flyover projects, transforming the landscape of Adamawa State to a big city where many states are clamoring to become. Our governor is erecting modern, befitting markets, world-standard stadium, connecting our rural areas with electricity and access roads. Significant strides have been made in improving access to quality education and healthcare services, with the establishment of model schools, new mega technical schools, and hospitals in the state. Initiatives such as the Governor's Empowerment Program have provided opportunities for entrepreneurs and small business owners to thrive, making youth, women, and vulnerable groups contributing their quota towards economic activity in the state, giving them a sense of belonging. Enhanced security measures have been implemented to ensure safety and well-being of our citizens. Today, we can sleep with our eyes closed without fear in Adamawa State. 70 minimum wage have been successfully implemented. Our governor is settling pension and gratuity arrears, and a lot of re-engineering in terms of government policies and programs have been fully crafted to ensure no one is left behind and nothing is left untouched. Let us pay attention and listen attentively as Ministry will showcase the various projects implemented by the great architect of Adamawa State, the Fresh Air Governor, the Project Master, the Empowerment Pacesetter, the first governor who won the national award back-to-back. I urge all honorable commissioners to continue working tirelessly to support our governor's vision. Together, we can achieve greatness for Adamawa State. Long live Adamawa State. Long live Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Let's keep the applause coming as I now invite the Honorable Commissioner for Justice, Barrister Afremu K. Jingi, to take on the podium for his presentation for the Minister of Justice. You're welcome, Honorable Commissioner.
distinguished members of the press, esteemed citizens of Adamawa State, and the viewers across the nation, good morning. It is an immense pleasure to address you today, representing the Minister of Justice, an institution dedicated to upholding equity, fairness, and rule of law in Adamawa State. Under the visionary leadership of His Excellency, Governor Adamawa Fintiri, we have laid the foundation for a transformative justice system, one that prioritizes inclusivity, efficiency, and innovation. Today's press briefing is a moment to celebrate the profound strides we have made in the judiciary and to highlight how these reforms are interwoven with the broader developmental agenda of our great state. The mission of the ministry. The mission of the ministry is to build a just, proportionate, and accessible justice system that is consistent with the ideals of democracy and the rule of law. The vision. The vision of the ministry is to position the ministry at the center of government activity by developing core competence in the areas of prosecution, civil litigation, constitutionality, human rights protection, mediation, legal aid, legislative drafting, and other emerging fields, thereby making justice accessible to all. Handling of cases, civil cases. The ministry has, within the period under review, handled for the state 81 cases to their logical conclusions. About 141 civil cases are still pending in various courts. Criminal cases. The ministry has, within the period under review, successfully prosecuted 68 cases in both the trial and appellate courts, and about 207 criminal cases are pending in various courts. Judicial infrastructure and modernization. In pursuit of excellence, the Adamawa State government has prioritized modernization of judicial infrastructure. Renovation and upgrading efforts at High Court complexes A and B are near completion. These edifices were constructed and put into use in the early 1980s without any upliftment. The current intervention by His Excellency, the Governor of Adamawa State, intends to modernize the facilities to enhance efficiency and dignity of the courts, reflecting our commitment to a professional legal environment. Additionally, the digitalization of the courtroom initiative is also underway to meet up with international best practice. Furthermore, the Adamawa State government has also addressed accommodation and water scarcity challenges in the Nigerian Law School, Yola campus, by awarding a contract for a construction of 4 hostel blocks and also improving the water supply in the campus. Legislative milestone, safeguarding rights and justice. Under Governor Adamawa Fintiri's administration, Adamawa State has witnessed the enactment of 68 laws, and each addressing vital societal needs. Notable among these laws are Violence Against Persons Prohibited Law 2021. This statute tackles gender-based violence comprehensively, providing avenues for redress and victim support. The Child Protection Law 2020, a groundbreaking framework that safeguards children from abuse, exploitation, and neglect, ensuring their holistic development. These legislative advancements underscore our unwavering commitment to protecting the rights of the vulnerable and fostering social justice across the state. Establishment of small claims courts. The creation of small claim courts across the senatorial zones represents a milestone in justice delivery. These This same is spearheaded by the judiciary under the able leadership of Honorable Justice Hafsat Abdurrahman. This course facilitates swift commercial dispute resolutions with an average resolution time of 60 days. This reform has bolstered economic confidence and created a favorable environment for business growth in Adamawa State. Alternative dispute resolutions mechanism. The ministry has a department responsible for this mechanism known as Department of Citizens' Rights. This department has revolutionized dispute resolution. This platform has amicably resolved over 500 cases between 2019 and October 2024, reducing the burden on conventional courts while fostering harmony within communities and families. This reflects our commitment to innovation and efficiency in justice delivery, capacity building for State Council. Continuous professional development remains a cornerstone for our judicial reforms. Collaborating training with the Nigerian Bar Association, some renowned non-governmental organizations and other institutions has empowered judicial officers with skill needed to uphold international best practices. All these were made possible because of the tacit support by the Executive Governor of Adamawa State. Addressing corruption and financial crimes. In collaboration with anti-corruption agencies, we have reinforced our zero-tolerance policy for corruption. Prosecution efforts have been intensified, demonstrating our resolve to uphold integrity and accountability in governance. Wider impact on governance and development. These judicial reforms are not isolated achievements. They complement the broader state initiatives under Governor Fintiri's reformative leadership, from infrastructure projects such as the 8-lane roads and urban beautification to advancements in health and education. The justice system is a critical enabler of sustainable development. Future directions. Looking forward, we remain committed to fully digitalizing court processes to eliminate delays and promote transparency. Expanding ADR mechanism. This is to cover a wider range of disputes, launching public awareness campaigns to educate citizens about their rights and the new enabling laws. In conclusion, gentlemen, I wish to express my deepest gratitude to His Excellency Governor Adamawa Fintiri for his visionary leadership and unwavering support for the Ministry of Justice. And to the citizens of Adamawa State, we assure you of our continued dedication to building a legal system that guarantees equity, justice, and prosperity for all. Thank you, and may God bless Adamawa State and bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you, Honorable Commissioner. You may wish to step down while we take the next presentation from the Ministry of Justice. I apologize for that mistake. From the Ministry of Budget and Planning, and the Honorable Commissioner making his way right now to the podium is Honorable Anthony Emmanuel Peridemso. You're welcome, please. Let me quickly announce that our gentlemen of the press who are here, we've created a space for you here to sit. Since this event is all about you, you don't have to be at the back of the audience, especially when the questions and answers begin. Honorable Commissioner for Budget, sir.
Distinguished members of the press, our esteemed listeners in Adamawa State and the nation at large, I welcome you to the quarterly ministerial briefing of the activities of our ministries. From the Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning, I will start with the ministerial mandate given to us. The Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning is saddled with the responsibility of planning fashioning out an acceptable budget for the state aimed at transforming and fast-tracking of the development of the state, both in infrastructural development and human capital development. We have the mandate of managing foreign and internal economic, technical aids and assistance in the state. We also have the mandate of formulating and preparing long-term, medium-term, and short-term developmental plans for the state and local government councils, and coordinate such plans in implementation at the state and local government levels. We also have the mandate of advising the state government on economic matters, developmental plans, and data management, both for state and local governments. Now, with this mandate, the vision of Adamawa State from 2019 to 2014 to 2024 has produced not less than 6 budgets. These are captioned according to the vision of His Excellency, Right Honorable Ahmadu Umaru Fintiri. In 2019, we have the budget of next level. Although we inherited that one from the previous administration, but half year it was implemented by His Excellency, Right Honorable Ahmadu Umaru Fintiri. That year we have the budget of 125,307,449,213 Naira 51 kobo, with actuals of 244,729,047,175 Naira, amounting to a budget performance of 51.20%. In 2020, we have the budget of rebate with the budget line of 88,065,549,049 kobo. And our actual implementation was 140,072,711,860 kobo, amounting to 62.87% performance. In 2021, we have the budget of stabilization, amounting to the budget line of 99,884,046,132 Naira 13 kobo, with the actuals of 140,409,440 Naira, which gave us 71.32% of implementation. In 2022, we have the budget of sustainable hope with a budget line of 108,373,257,500 Naira 29 kobo, with actuals of 163,630,160,040 kobo, amounting to 66.23% implementation. In 2023, we have the budget of consolidation with a budget line of 134,679,318,915 Naira 63 kobo, with actual performance of 214,980,967,767.63 kobo, which gave us 62.85%. In 2024, the current year, we have the budget of re-engineering with a budget line of 154,867,434,612.78 kobo, with actual to date of 281,150,285,906 naira, which has earned us 55.08% half-year implementation. We have some months to go, this month and November. Now, some of the achievements the ministry recorded are as follows. The Adamawa state government came the third position nationwide and first position in the Northeast in the 2023 budget performance. This analysis was conducted by the State Physical Transparency League table. The analysis is displayed here for you to see. Another achievement recorded in the ministry within the second quarter of 2024 is that Adamawa State government came third in 2024 second quarter budget performance. We have not reached the final month, but we have recorded second position, third position right now. It is displayed here for us to see. Now, in the first quarter of 2024, these are the achievements we have recorded. We have 2024 citizen. We have the publication of 2024 approved budget online. You know, everything we do, we publish it online for the whole world to see. There is nothing to hide about Adamawa State. That is talking about transparency and accountability. In 2024, citizen budget was prepared and published online via budgetoffice.ad.gov.ng. We revised the 2023 budget and publication of SEM online too. We also have the economic and fiscal update, fiscal strategy paper, budget policy statement prepared and published online in the second quarter of 2024. In the second quarter also, we prepared a supplementary budget for Adamawa State. And the same supplementary budget is published online. We also made the submission of 2025 MTF draft to ESCO. ESCO also approved it accordingly. The same 2024 MTF was also submitted to the Adamawa State House of Assembly, and it has been approved already. In 2024, we revised budget, the 2024 revised budget was prepared and the publication was made online. There was need for us to revise the 2024 budget owing to the fact that we have the new minimum wage to implement. So we have to look within the same budget and mop out idle funds in order to meet up with the responsibility of His Excellency to pay the new minimum wage. And so far, he is the first governor that implemented the new minimum wage. We also publicated the MTEF of the 2025 budget preparation online in the third quarter. We conducted 2025 public budget consultation with citizens, and the report was posted via budgetoffice.art.gov.nz. The need to do so is to make sure that the citizens of Adamawa State make an input in the budget. We collated the submission of 2025 budget proposals from the MDAs, and the same was negotiated during budget discussion with the ministries. The revised draft submission of budget estimate was also made according to SABA chart of account sponsored by NGF. We also consolidated the MDA's 25 budget estimate on a single template. Projection into the next quarter. As we prepare for the 2025 budget, we are targeting to take first position at the national level, not to talk of the... Since we are third position in the second quarter of analysis, we are trying to beat Ekiti and Delta State in this year's projection. We are projecting to move into full e-budgeting implementation in the next quarter. For the information of all MDAs and our listeners, Adamawa State is moving away from analog budgeting into e-budgeting, where everything will be done through e-technology. The ministry is also projecting sound capacity building for all staff to face the new reforms. In conclusion, it is worth saying that all the achievements recorded in the budget preparation / implementation couldn't have manifested without the vision and dreams of His Excellency, Right Honorable Ahmadu Umaru Fintiri, for a well-developed, better, and peaceful Adamawa State. It is now a national and international discussion that Adamawa State have been transformed into a commercial nerve center due to His Excellency's hard desire to ensure budget transparency and accountability, which is translated into the landmark achievement into the state. I assure you, we will do it, we will do it, we will do it again and again and again.
Please put your hands together for him. Honorable Commissioner, you've done well. You may have to also look back and clarify your presentation about the actuals and those inflows that we've gotten. I think there has been some juxtaposition during the presentation. That said, we will not begrudge you another round of applause. Please put your hands together for him. May I quickly go on now to invite the Honorable Commissioner for Education and Human Capital Development, Honorable Umar Garbapela. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. Distinguished guests, gentlemen and ladies of the press, the Adamawa State community, both at home and in the diaspora, I welcome you this morning to a press briefing on the performance of the Education Ministry under the able leadership of Right Honorable Ahmadu Fintiri. The People's Government of Right Honorable Ahmadu Fintiri was elected in 2019. It came in and made education a central priority in its 11-point agenda, which was later christened as the 8-point agenda. It introduced the free education policy, which is hinged on about 7 strands. The first strand of the education policy is providing equitable education access. As we are all aware, access is a fundamental requirement in education dynamics. We are confronted with situations where people sometimes are not in school not because they don't want to be in school, but they are not in school because they don't have the schools. So access is very important, and we have tried to ensure that this is provided. We have also provided conducive learning environment and steady provision of relevant school supplies. We are reviewed and harmonized education policy, where at the moment you can have a one-stop shop as far as policy is concerned in terms of education. This has been able to domesticate all the national policies that are related to the sector. We are also paying the national examination fees, WAEC, NECO, and NAPTEP. We are also leveraging on partnership for productivity and results. This is a picture of one of our summer boot camp in Shangui Primary School in Ho local government, where we engage the children in the boot camp during the summer. Now to the initial first strands that I have run through. Under equitable provision of equitable educational access, we have free education for all children in public schools. Every child in Adamawa State have access to free and compulsory education in our basic public school. Therefore, no one has a reason to be out of school. We have also improved the school feeding across all the boarding schools. This is also derived from the fact that we have realized the gap between nutrition and good feeding and learning. We have therefore decided to ensure that there's feeding in the boarding schools so that our children can eat and learn. Annual conduct of pragmatic inclusive school enrollment drive campaigns across the state. And we have also reintroduced scholarship payment since 2019. Since 2019, the Adamawa State students in tertiary institutions are entitled to annual bursaries. This has been consistent, and our students are happy with it in all the universities and tertiary institutions. This is a picture of. Now, under the provision of learning environment and spaces, conducive learning environment and spaces, we have constructed 21 new model schools, or we are constructing 21 new model schools across the state. These model schools are supposed to serve as centers of excellence for our students. We are also constructing 449 blocks of 3 classrooms across basic education schools. We are drilling motorized boreholes in 56 schools to ensure that our WASH policy is sustained. We have supplied 85,340 sets of 2-seater desks across schools. If you move around most of our schools nowadays, there are people, our children hardly sit without desks. And this we shall continue to do until all our schools are fully furnished. We are constructing 3 mega science and technical secondary schools, 1 in each senatorial zone. That is, the one in the northern zone is in Gulag, the one in central zone is in Hong, the one in southern zone is Lamurde. The most important part of this is the fact that we have also dedicated one of the schools to the girls. So, and that is the school in Hong. It's specifically dedicated to the girls. It's a girls' secondary school. Next step. We have also provided relevant school supplies by providing at least vehicles for monitoring and supervision in the schools. These are images of some of the vehicles we have provided. We have motorcycles that we have provided for the schools, for the teachers to do the supervision. This is a picture of some of the supplies we have done for our laboratories and workshops and desks and every other thing. So what are we talking about here? We have also been able to handle the issue of informal education. We have ensured that no one is missed out. Those who missed out are not left out. And that is the essence of always reaching out to those who could not go to formal school so that we can bring them back. We have worked on all our Sangaya system, the Almajiri system who have refused to come to the conventional school. We have decided to take the school to them in the Sangayas. And this has given us tremendous results. As I speak to you, we have been able to bring back over 10,000 out-of-school children back to the formal system. Next. These are all part of the supplies we have done. Now, with regards to learning, quality learning outcomes, we have employed 2,000 teachers, and we hope to employ more. We have replaced over 4,000, or close to 5,000 primary school teachers in the primary school at the basic education level, and been able to provide enough equipment for our laboratories and workshops. Now, I mentioned earlier about our effort at payment of wire Kaneko. I want to give you a little story. I met a woman who told me that if there's anything this government has done for her, is the fact that she had 3 children who she couldn't have been able to pay their school, their wire Kaneko fees. But due to the magnanimity of this government, it has been paid for, and her children are now all in school. So we have expended this much in the education, in payment of WAEC and NECO. And the summary is that from 2020, when we started payment of WAEC and NECO, to 2024, we have seen tremendous results as far as performance of students is concerned. On the average, this is the average, and on the average we have about 65.2% of students with 5 credits and above. What this means, or what this translates to, is the fact that for the past 5 years, we have this level of percentage, over 65% of our children who are coming out of school, who can access, who are qualified to be admitted into the universities and tertiary institutions. Next slide. This is for NECO. We have about 82.8% performance of our students, and that means they can all transit beyond secondary school. Next. This is our expenditure for payment of WAEC and NECO and other examinations. In the last 5 years, the government has been able to spend over 7 billion naira just for examination for our students. Having been able to do that, we have been able to also harmonize our policies, like I said earlier, and today we have domesticated, especially the national policy on gender in education for Adamawa State. So there is no Adamawa State girl that should be out of school or should be denied the right to be in school for any reason. Next. We have done a lot of education system strengthening, which has to do with fixing the infrastructural gap in our schools and ensuring that the environment is conducive for both teachers and learners. Next slide. Next slide. Next. Working into the future, Working into the future. Now, what do we intend to do next? We have achieved this much, and the target is to sustain the policy of free education in the state by improving on the gains. We are also leveraging on existing partnerships and building new ones to develop the education sector. So this is, again, an opportunity to talk to the partners who are playing a role in this space to help us to continue to support Adamawa State in ensuring that every child is in school and there is no hand without the ability to write or read, and no eyes without the ability to read. We are going to optimally maximize the opportunities that are made available with some of our projects, like the GP Global Partnership for Education and Agile. The good news here is that we are targeting to build 64 schools next year through the Agile project, and renovating all secondary schools in Adamawa State. We are going to deploy technology in our school management system and ensure that there is smart learning in the schools. We are going to employ more teachers, because after putting in all these infrastructures, we need the right manpower, quality teacher to be able to man the classrooms. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you, Honorable Commissioner. Please, a round of applause for him. You may kindly take your seat, sir. Quickly, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let me take time to invite the Honorable Commissioner for Rural Infrastructure and Community Development Honorable Titus Solomon, my namesake. I can assure you that by the time he finishes his presentation, you will see that he is taking himself out of office, because all the rural infrastructure would have become urban. No be so?
Gentlemen of the press, let me welcome you all to this press briefing on the achievements of Governor Ahmadu Umaru Fintiri in the Ministry of Rural Infrastructure and Community Development, which cut across rural education and rural roads. I want to assure you that the misconception a lot of people have that development has concentrated in the urban area is being debunked today. Under the period under review, we have embarked on massive electrification that cut across all the local government and the senatorial zones. Fadamareke, Kwanankuka electrification has been done and it is 100% completed. Electricity supply to Mishara is also completed. We have electrified Hildi, Jalingo. This one too is done in Hong local government. It is completed and the people are enjoying it. We have completed electricity supply to Kurmi. The people are benefiting from this socio-economic development. In Gombe local government, we electrify 4 communities: Wiyaku, Faha, Mbewa, Kaulewa. This project has been completed 100% and the communities are enjoying it. We have equally completed electricity supply to Cottage Hospital in Gire local government for the benefit of the people in Gire. Another electricity project we did is the supply to Margi IDP camp in Gire local government. This work has been completed and the people have benefited from it. One landmark project which we embarked on, which we started in 2024, is the construction of 42-kilometer road from orientation camp in Gire local government, passing through Lambodo to Borong in Diamsal local government. The project is still ongoing, and I'm sure by the time it is completed, people from that area will benefit from the gesture of the French Air Governor. We have supplied electricity to Malabu and Farang in Fofore local government. This work has since been completed and the people are benefiting. Ladies and gentlemen, electricity supply to Wuro Jabe in Yola South local government is equally completed. The ministry equally undertook electrification of Rugange community. This is also completed. Another intervention of the ministry was the supply and installation of 500 kVA transformer with all its accessories at Kofare B. We do intervention where there is fault or where there is damage in transformer. We come in through the benevolence of His Excellency. We supply transformers and energize those communities for their benefit. You are all aware, ladies and gentlemen, that His Excellency constructed 1,000 housing units which were soon to be occupied. These houses cannot be occupied without the needed infrastructure. We have embarked on the electrification of the 1,000 housing units and the project is ongoing. We are on a project of 24-kilometer roads that cut across Mararaba, Humbo, Dumne in Song local government. Very soon, this project also will be completed. Another landmark project is the electrification of Ile, Pacham, and Dong communities in Diamsal local government. This project is 100% completed and will soon be linked to the national grid. Some times back, Borong community were affected because the Toa River crossing got damaged as a result of flooding. His Excellency intervened and the Toa crossing was reconstructed. Boron community are now back and are fully electrified. Another project in Lamre local government is the rehabilitation of electricity supply to Shamun, Hockey, Opalo, and Zekin. This was a project that was done long time ago by Lamre local government, but due to the flood of 2012, the electrical installations were destroyed. His Excellency came in and awarded contract for the rehabilitation of this work. This work is also completed and will soon be linked to the national grid. Wuro, Liman, and Yombo rural electrification in Mayabalo also is completed. The people are benefited. Another one that was recently completed is the electrification of Gorobi and Dapanti in Mayabalo local government. This one too is completed and linked to the national grid. Another project is the electrification of Soho and Bapio in Jada local government. This one too is ongoing and will soon be completed. In Maiha local government, we have successfully electrified Nasarao, Mugulbu, and Bajale. This project is completed and the people are benefiting. In Mishika and Madagali local government, we have done a rehabilitation of electricity supply in Mishika and Madagali towns. Already this project is completed. In Maiha, recently, we awarded contract for the electrification of Maiha Gari. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to assure you that I have personally gone around to see these works by myself. This work is completed. Maiha Gari is linked to the national grid. As I said earlier, we have a policy of intervention where transformers got damaged, possibly because of maybe the high load. We intervene by supplying a higher capacity transformer. We have done that to 10 communities across the state. In rural roads, there are so many projects we did in rural roads construction. In Shelen, there's a road, Shelen-Bakta, which is 12.1 kilometers, completed. In Guyuk, we have Kola Junction to Buchikiri, 14 kilometers is also completed. In Numan, we have Numan/Biu Road to Bare, 5.5 kilometers, completed. In Mayabelwa, we have a road, rural road there, Daba Mayabelwa, 20.6 kilometers, equally completed. Another one in Mayabelwa is Boleo Ware Ndikon. It's a project of 13.5 kilometers. In Jada, we have Longa Ewa Wuro Abo to Wuro Yombe, 16.9 kilometers, equally completed. Jada Mayabelwa, we have a rural road project that cut across Jada, Gangyaki, Mumiyetola. It's a 22.5 kilometer that is equally completed. Tongo local government, we have a rural road that we did from Tongo to Kiri, 11.3 kilometers. In Ganye, we have Ganye, Santasa to Gurumpao, 14.2 kilometers, and it's also completed. Yola South, we did that of Bogare to Kabawa, is a 1.4 kilometer. Another one in Yola South, Ngrore / Mayabalua Road to Gonkochi, 19.2 kilometers. Yola South / Fofore from Yolde Pade Prison to Yadim. That project too is completed and the people are benefiting from it. Fofore local government still, we did another project, Parda to Muninga. It's 18-kilometer road. In Gombe, another rural road is Kwana Yaji, Miji Wana Gilambara Amdu. It's a 15.1 kilometer road. In Hong to Mijili to Kuvagaya, it's a 25.8 kilometer road. In Hong, we did Uroboki to Uding Pela, it's a 9-kilometer road. Mubi Road North, Ribao Junction to Mushala, 5-kilometer road. Maya, that of Mayonguli to Manjekams, Salama. These are pictures, slide. These are pictures of some of the roads that were completed for the benefit of our rural dwellers. With the intervention of His Excellency, there is definitely development going on in our rural communities. Distinguished invited guests, gentlemen of the press, this is so far the scorecard under the Ministry for Rural Infrastructure and Community Development under the reign of the fresh air governor, the talk and do governor, the purposeful governor, Amadou Umaru Fintiri. Thank you for coming and thanks for listening.
Please put your hands together for Honorable Titus Solomon. Now you agree with me that as he improves infrastructure in the rural will still become the urban. He will now probably convert. Let me not fight with the Honorable Commissioner for Urban Development. Please put your hands together. May I now go on to invite the Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Health and Human Resources, Honorable Felix Bilisham Tangwami.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, distinguished and invited guests, I'm indeed honored to share with you today the remarkable progress made in the health sector under the leadership of His Excellency Right Honorable Amadou Umaru Fintiri since he assumed office as the Governor of Adamawa State in accordance with our vision and mission statement. It is important to know that we are working according to our mandate, strategic objectives, which its core values are centered on patients. In the health sector, the functional unit is the patient. Anything we do is targeted at the sick person. Distinguished guests, gentlemen and ladies of the press, permit me to present in summary some major or key achievements we recorded in the health sector during the period under review. Construction of World Health Organization standard 60-bed capacity cottage hospitals. The government was able to construct and equip whole standard 60-bed capacity hospitals in Sheleng, Demsa, Gire, Gombe, and all were commissioned. They are functioning. Lamude is completed. and is also awaiting commissioning, which will take place very soon, within the year, while Fufore was totally overhauled and upgraded, also awaiting commissioning. In all these cottage hospitals, staff quarters were also constructed and furnished for the comfort of the workers. Upgrade and expansion. Upgrade and expansion was also carried out in the following hospitals. Numan General Hospital, we have a female surgical ward, pediatric ward, theater complex, laboratory complex, and mortuary. Mubi General Hospital, a new laboratory complex was built, outpatient department and maternity complex were also constructed, and the theater was overhauled and it was equipped and put to use. There was also a construction of a trauma center through the collaboration of the state and the federal government carried out by multi-sectoral crisis recovery project known as MCRP, which was commissioned by His Excellency and handed over to Mubi General Hospital, is also being put to use. In Ganye General Hospital, construction and expansion of outpatient department, administrative block, laboratory complex, amenity ward, and laundry was done. In Song and Dumne cottage hospitals, there were construction of laboratory complex 2, maternity complex, male and female surgical wards, staff quarters, and offices. In Mayabalwa Cottage Hospital, the present hospital that they are using was renovated and equipped, while a new hospital is under construction, which will be completed in the next 3 months to be able to accommodate the population that are coming to seek for medical attention. And it has reached a considerable stage. Mayabalwa newly constructed cottage hospital is now at 60% completion, and it will be completed in the next 3 months. Renovations were also carried out in General Hospital Garkida, Cottage Hospital Dumne, General Hospital Ganye, that were damaged due to windstorm, in the State Medical Store and State Traditional Medicine Board offices were also renovated. These were places that if you were there before, you will pity them because of the poor condition of their offices. But if you go to the State Medical Store today and the Traditional Medical Board office, you will see what has been done. There has been a complete overhaul and turnaround, and the slides will be shown here for you to see. In the area of human resource development, a total number of 760 health workers were recruited by the Hospital Service Management Board, 30 medical doctors, 200 nurses and midwives, 20 medical laboratory scientists, 10 pharmacists, 500 other cadres, all this to help improve healthcare services to our teeming population. Also an approval for the consolidated medical salary structure and consolidated health salary structure was approved 100% and implemented, which stopped brain drain and attracted other health professionals to come to Adamawa State to seek employment in the health sector. In the specialist hospital, a construction of a World Health Organization standard public laboratory complex and infectious disease were constructed. And now the public health laboratory is being equipped and it will soon be commissioned. We carried out renovation of outpatient departments and wards in the specialist hospital, and also we established a dialysis center and patients are accessing it for now free, and this will go on for 6 months as part of testing the center. After that, then we will begin to implement what is supposed to be done at the center. There is also a completion of an abundant obstetric and gynecology complex with world-class equipment installed awaiting commissioning. This has been done. It was inspected, the equipments are installed, and it will soon be commissioned. In Adamawa State Contributory Management Agency, since its inception, the agency was able to renovate its corporate office to provide conducive environment for its workplace. We are able to establish a 24-hour call center to support enrollee inquiries so that they can ask questions about what the agency is doing and how they will assess their drugs. We'll be able to deploy and install an ICT infrastructure to facilitate client enrollment so that it can be done easily. 48 healthcare providers in both public and private were also accredited and registered to provide services to formal sector enrollees, the civil servants and their dependents, and 226 healthcare providers from primary healthcare centers were also accredited and registered to provide services to basic healthcare provision fund enrollees. Because of this establishment, 61 ad hoc staff were also recruited to serve as monitoring and evaluation officers for the program. We are able to enroll 18,000 through this agency, internally displaced persons, 72,870 state civil servants and dependents, and 95,769 non-formal sector through basic healthcare provision fund. Government was also able to pay its total counterpart funding amounting to 598,006,982 naira to the agency, which increased our enrollment to 95%. It also gave the patient 75% increase in healthcare access and 74% reduction in out-of-pocket healthcare expenditures and 91% satisfaction rates among our insured clients or individuals. In the primary healthcare sector, government was able to provide, among other things, the following service delivery activities: procurement of brand new ambulance to strengthen referral from primary healthcare facility to referral centers, periodic restocking of drugs data tools for 1,900 community health influencers, promoters, and service agents who are popularly known as CHIPs, to support hard-to-reach service delivery areas in our 226 focal facilities in the whole of 21 local government areas in Adamawa State. We are able to carry out cervical cancer screening and sensitization campaign targeting 2,000 eligible women across 21 LGS. We were able to screen 1,980 women, and among them 165 were found to be positive, and treatment has already commenced on those that were found positive. We were also able to distribute motorcycles and computers to 21 LGS monitoring and evaluation officers, as well as production and distribution of National Management Health Information System data tools to strengthen the system. Government was also able to release all its counterpart contribution for all programs under the primary health care, that is Impact Project, Basic Healthcare Provision Fund, Nutrition Intervention, Biannual Maternal, Newborn and Child Health Weeks, all rounds National Immunization Plus Days, and outbreak responses. About 1,750 skilled health workers were employed to boost quality health care, and direct intervention and renovation of 42 primary health cares were carried out and completed in 16 local government areas across the state. We have 18 of such facilities renovated in Adamawa North, 16 in Adamawa South, and 16 in Adamawa Central, I beg your pardon, and 8 in Adamawa South. Presently, we also plan to revitalize 80 primary healthcare facilities across the state in all the 21 local governments, and this will commence very soon. In order to monitor the activities of this agency, we have placed in or established a situation room in the office of Adamawa State Primary Healthcare Development Agency here in Yellow to improve tracking of PHC service delivery. In the area of immunization, we were able to observe all the immunization activities as slated in the federal government calendar throughout the state, and the coverage was excellent. In the College of Nursing, a construction of hostels to accommodate the teeming students that are enrolled in the college was done. We have renovated simulation laboratories and classrooms. We've also provided 2 72 capacity buses for transportation of students to their clinical areas. I want to inform this gathering that the newly constructed male hostel is now being furnished, and it will soon be commissioned by His Excellency within the year. Because of such improvements in the facilities of the school, our students in the final year exams for basic midwifery and basic nursing have been scoring 95% in all the examinations, and 90% of the graduates were able to pass their national licensing exams too. Their clinical performance was good, and this was tested when there was an outbreak of cholera recently. We dragged the final year students of the College of Nursing and Midwifery Yola to brief the overwhelmed staff at the Infectious Disease Center, and I can tell you I was there, and they performed creditably well. In the College of Health and Technology Mubi, we were able to construct medical laboratory and practical office, Michika. We were able to construct medical laboratory and practical office, administrative block, and some classrooms in its permanent site in Michika. And the construction of 12 classrooms and toilets still ongoing, which will be completed soon. Government also employed 93 academic and non-academic staff to beef up human resource indices of the college. They were also given a 72 capacity sitting bus to ensure that they transport their students to their practical areas. Of recent, preparation have reached advanced stage to also award the construction of tune lecture theater, computer-based training center in the College of Nursing and Midwifery Yola, and construction of both male and female hostels, classrooms, halls, and administrative block in the College of Health, Michika. Adamawa State Health Supplies Management Agency. This agency is one of the important arm of the health sector. In that agency, which was known as Essential Drugs before, now Adamawa State Health Supplies Management Agency, renovation and equipping of 2 world-class pharma-grade warehouse facilities with state-of-the-art system and equipment were done. Government was able to pay its 15% counterpart funding to Global Fund for the upgrade. Its vandalized generators and facilities that was done during NSAS protest was also renovated, and they are put to use. With the signing of the law, they will be able to access funds to procure commodities, and this will end the out-of-stock syndrome, and it will give good supply and steady supply, chain supply to the facilities. In the Adamawa State Agency for the Control of HIV/AIDS, we are able to procure 36,000 HIV syphilis kits, 3,600 hepatitis V virus test kits, 3,600 hepatitis C virus test kits, which has helped to fill critical gap in testing capacity across the state, and it also enhanced effort to diagnose and manage these diseases effectively. In the last 3 days, we were able to, in collaboration with Global Fund, provide 2 new Toyota Hilux vehicles for the state AIDS, SASCAP, and tuberculosis and leprosy control programs. Also, 42 motorcycles were given to tuberculosis and leprosy supervisors and their assistants to strengthen community outreach to their localities. In the area of outbreak of epidemics, the state, in collaboration with the partners, was able to bring under control outbreak of epidemics such as measles, Lassa fever, diphtheria, and recently cholera, by providing all the necessary resources needed to mobilize manpower and provide commodity for testing and case management. Project 10, through Project 10 million, which we launched 2 weeks ago, we have successfully conducted 1-week hypertension and diabetes screening campaign, which has expanded access to screening, diagnosis, and treatment services. Under this program, a total of 24,366 indigenous of Adamawa State were screened. Installation of solar to health facilities. Recently, an approval was given by the Executive Council to install solar in all the newly constructed cottage hospitals. These equipments have arrived the state, and the project is ongoing with its installation in cottage hospitals Shellen, Damsa, and Gombe. This will be followed soon by others and all health facilities across Adamawa State. Upgrade of secondary facilities to federal medical centers. The state government has approved, in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Health, an upgrade of Hong and Mubi General Hospitals, respectively, to the status of federal medical centers to help boost the health provision of our secondary facilities in Adamawa State. Gentlemen of the press, distinguished guests, we sincerely thank God for what we are able to achieve so far. We appreciate His Excellency for his support. I thank all heads of agencies and health workers for their commitment, and I thank all of you too for coming to share and be part of our success story. Thank you. God bless everybody.
Thank you. Please put your hands together for the Honorable Commissioner, Health and Human Resources. You could see the litany of achievements that he has enumerated, and we are actually reaching the level of health for all in Adamawa State, thanks to the effort of His Excellency, Governor Ahmadu Umaru Fintiri. Now, may I have the pleasure and your kind indulgence to invite the Honorable Commissioner of Commerce, Trade and Industries, Dr. Ishaya Dabari. When it comes to the issue of economy, trade, commerce, if you see Ishaya Dabari, don't go any further. You're welcome, sir. Thank you very
much. Gentlemen of the press, distinguished guests, citizens of Adamawa State, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's my honor and pleasure to present the performance of the Minister of Commerce, Trade and Industry to you for your consideration. Indeed, the Ministry of Commerce and Industry has the mandate to formulate and implement policies that boost commercial, trade, and industrial activities in the state. Its vision is to ensure economic and social well-being The vision is to ensure economic and social well-being of the people, to enable the state economy prosper, and to attract investors to the state, to strengthen partnership with private sector, to enhance wealth creation and boost job opportunities, and also to create an enable environment for the sector to function efficiently and make it the major driver of the economy of the state. The mission is actually the promotion of the private sector investment in the manufacturing sector, which will be well achieved through the creation of enable operating environment that allows substantial improvement in efficiency and establish new industries. The core values are excellence, efficiency, and commitment. In line with the federal government policy and the Fintiri administrative 8-point agenda, the ministry strives to work consistently towards the promotion of trade and industrial subsector that encourages private sector investment in the state economy. Now, under the administration of Ahmadu Umaru Fintiri since 2019, the ministry has recorded some modest achievements. Number one is the reconstruction of Jimeta shopping complex to bring it to a world-class standard. Next slide. Okay. His Excellency, the Executive Governor, started the construction of the Jimeta shopping complex to a world-class standard commercial center. And this work has commenced since. Next slide. Please bring the laptop. You can see the picture showing, the slide showing the initial condition of the market. This was the present value before the new construction. You can see now work has commenced and the work is ongoing. Please bring that laptop. So we handed over the site and there was site setting. That is the contractors have started working, they are mobilized to site, and you can see the work going on right now. Now, we expect the kind of market that is a world-class standard, comparable to any standard mall in the world. Next slide, the next level. This is the construction currently going, and this is the stage at which, when it is completed, it will now be looking like that market. Of course, these are the excavation work. This is the handing over. There's still excavation going on, and supervision. We go around to monitor the activity on the shop, and this is what the market will look like after completion. The market will host about 2,000 shops. It has banks, warehouses, a clinic, a police station, a mosque, a chapel, administrative block, and public conveniences. All these are included in the market. This is the prototype of the modern shopping complex. You all agree with me that You can hardly find such complex in Nigeria. This is really of international standard. Of course, the Yola main market was burned, and it has gone through so many changes. But in his kind gesture, His Excellency accepted to reconstruct the Yola market, which was burned. And right now, the war has commenced and is currently going on. Next slide. You can see the market when it was being demolished after it was burnt. And the excavation work has commenced. This is the Yola chairman is handing over the site to us for commencement of the work. We can see we are going around to monitor the construction going on in the market. And you can see the level of work. It has gone very high. In fact, more than 40% as at now. You can see monitoring. We go around to monitor. This is the stage of work, still ongoing. Yes, you can see workers outside, and this is expected completion of the market. This is what the Yola market looks like. It has 956 shops, a police station, a bank, public conveniences, administrative block, clinic, and mosque, all contained in the Jimeta market, in the Yola South market. I don't look at this. Now, we also carried out some assignments at Jimeta Modern Market. When we took over the ministry, there was serious congestion within the market. That movement became a problem. In fact, only one gate was functional. All other gates cannot be accessed with the vehicles. So we had to carry out the congestion exercise, and it was effectively done. And you can see the market after the decongestion exercise. Even though they have still moved to site, but I want to assure you it's an ongoing exercise. From time to time, we have to carry out the decongestion exercise. We have also gotten approval for Mubi Dazala Market. When you visit Mubi, one of the commercial, if not the commercial center of Adamawa State, the market is very much congested and right inside the town. Now we have secured a land outside the Mubi town, on the outskirts along the new road. And already we are working towards ensuring that there will be construction. We have included in the 2025 budget for the Dazala market. It's our next project. Next slide. Now we have also provided solar light in the Jimeta market. Before we took over the ministry, there was no light in the market. It's never connected to any electricity. So we have to seek for approval from His Excellency, and he supported us and granted us approval. Right now, there is a solar light in the Jimeta Modern Market. You can see the pictures. And this will help to combat security, because even though we have police station there, we have cases of burglary of shops and different types of crime being perpetuated in the market. But with the installation of the solar energy light, we discovered that such crime has drastically reduced, and the market is a bit safe for any trader now, operator and other buyers. We intend to organize export and investment summit in order to attract investors to the state. We are working in collaboration with the Export Promotion Council and Export Promotion Agency, as well as Ministry for Entrepreneurship, to ensure that all our natural resources, such as mining, that is mineral resources, livestock, crops, will be exported. So we are working hard to ensure that by first quarter of next year, there will be export and investment summit in Adamawa State to attract investors. Of course, we visited Dangote Refinery because it's the commercial center in Adamawa State, and therefore the Ministry of Commerce has particular interest in that outfit. We visited them for collaboration and other industries within the state. I want to assure you, tomorrow we still have another meeting at Savannah Sugar Company, and something good will come out of it that will boost the economy of Adamawa State. We have also organized joint trade fair in Bauchi, which Adamawa State participated actively. The trade fair was sponsored by the 6 state governors. It's my pleasure to announce to you that the Adamawa State became first in their own day. You can see, it's really sad that the pictures are not clear, but you can see His Excellency going around. You can see our troops went round. We have so many activities that really open up the state to investors. And as a result of the trade fair, we have been having series of visitors showing interest in Adamawa State in order to invest. Of course, you can see our cultural troops that were presented during the trade fair, and that's what earned us the first position among the 6 states. Next slide. You can see His Excellency visiting Adamawa State Pavilion and then visiting the local government pavilions and even our troops. It was a remarkable one, and I want to assure you that this will continue to be carried out by the ministry. Next slide. Of course, you can see some of the exhibitions during the trade fair, what we had to showcase from our state. You know, we are rich and God has blessed us with a lot of resources. We have to demonstrate and show it to the outside world. We cannot hide it. We have a lot of economic potentials here. So really, right now, we have some projects that we are projecting for the future. One is the movie bond brick industry that has been dormant for a long time. We are trying to convey the meeting of stakeholders to see the way forward to resuscitate the industry. We also have garment industry that we are planning. It has reached advanced stage. We have obtained approval that we are planning to establish to provide employment for our teeming youth. And we have intention to create industrial layout in the state. We also intend to organize even our domestic trade fair in the state, as well as the establishment of a trailer park in the state. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say that the Ministry of Commerce that used to lay dormant has become very active and perhaps the cornerstone of this administration. Thank you for listening, and God bless all of you.
Thank you, thank you. Another round of applause for Dr. Ishaya Dabari. And we'll need to apologize because we are having these glitches in the PowerPoint presentation, and the engineers are working assiduously to see that it is done. Let me now invite back to the podium the Honorable Commissioner of Budget and Planning for some clarifications before we move on. While that is going on, the Honorable Commissioner for reconstruction, rehabilitation, and the other R, which I cannot recollect now. You have to forgive me. I will be on the podium. Thank you.
I have to come back on stage again to clarify an issue on page 3 of my presentation. The performance percentage of the rundown of budget implementation from 2019 to 2024 is based on the full year actual. Actually, there is interchange of position of the full year actual and the final budget. The final budget is supposed to be on the second line, and the full year actual second to the last. So that is the only clarification. The percentage performance is based on the full year actual you see on this graph. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Honorable Commissioner. May I now invite, I've gotten the other R, the Honorable Commissioner for Reconstruction, Rehabilitation, and Reintegration, as well as Human Services, Honorable Aman Bello Diram. You're most welcome, sir. I've gotten the other R.
Wait, what have I done? Where will I keep this? أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Members of the press, the good citizens of Adamawa State, other guests, good morning. You are all welcome to the ministerial briefing of the Ministry for Reconstruction, Rehabilitation, Reintegration, and Humanitarian Services. This is a very young ministry created by His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Adamawa State, Right Honorable Ahmadu Umaru Fintiri. Purposely, this ministry was created for the plight of the internally displaced persons who have been affected either by natural or human-influenced disasters. The ministry is responsible to settle the internal displaced persons as well as the communities affected, to give them permanent settlement in order to be self-reliant. As I mentioned earlier, the mandate of the ministry is to ensure that the internal displaced persons, that is affected persons and the affected communities, are given succor and they are settled permanently. And the ministry's mandate always aligns with the state and national goals of promoting peace, resilience, and prosperity for all citizens. It provides rapid response to emergencies through a contingency emergency response. I think this ministry is not purposely meant to work alone or to work with the state government funds alone. No. The ministry is a platform for international committees, international non-governmental organizations, the UN agencies, the federal government organs and regional organs of the government, as well as the state government, coming together to join hands in order to respond to the plights of the affected communities and affected persons. So it's a ministry whose work is solely collaboration with other organizations. Because once disaster struck, the state as well as the national level will be overwhelmed. Therefore, it will invite the international community to join hands in order to support them alleviate the sufferings of the internally displaced persons or of the communities. We all know a decade ago, Boko Haram insurgency has affected Adamawa state, especially the northern part of Adamawa, where Madagali, Michika, Mubi, Maiha happen to be the war seat, and where government presence at that material time was a little show. Therefore, when peace restored, there will be need to restore the existence of government or authority in that place. The next slide will show you the destroyed Madagali or Gulag local government secretariat in collaboration with the UNDP under the RSS facility. The local government secretariat was 100% rehabilitated as shown in the picture, and it is now put into use. Secondly, after the presence of authority in a given area, it is expected that people of that given area should go back to the area in order to go by their normal ways of living. So schooling is part of way of living for our people. This is a renovated government secondary school, Gulag, as you may see on the picture. Subsequently, the multipurpose hall in Madagali, we've all agreed there was displacement of persons. So in order to revive the economy of that place, there will be need to where to assemble the people to operate and relate in order to have a common ground. This is a multipurpose hall purposely built in order to assemble them together to discuss their issues and then provide solutions in Madagali local government. As I mentioned, the picture showing is in collaboration with the UNHCR. Part of the Durable Solutions Project is a clinic renovated at Labondo Gire local government. This is the house part of the clinic, and this is the inside of the clinic. It is receiving attention where Ministry of Health deployed staff, the staff on ground 24-hour service, and it has a laboratory and other medical personnel. Rehabilitation and supply of vocational training equipment in Shua Community Center. This is a center where we feel that indigents, especially the youth and women in Shua, deserve to have some skills and then some entrepreneurship development so that they should be self-reliant, not to rely on either peanuts or handouts. This is part of the renovations. It's a multipurpose community center, Al-Madkoi here in Yola. It's also a training center where we have tailoring center, we have weaving, we have pot making, we have briquettes making, lots of entrepreneurship activities in collaboration with the international community. This is construction of Durable Solutions Shelter, where we've constructed about 270 houses of 2 bedrooms in Labondo. It is housing the internally displaced persons. The first 2 pictures at the right and the left is a market which has about stations to come and support the good people of Adamawa State in order to alleviate the sufferings of our affected communities and affected persons. Ladies and gentlemen, it may interest you to know between now and the end of this year, the state government has budgeted about 1.5 billion naira in order to attend to the persons affected by the recent flood in the affected flooding areas. We are going to launch a homegrown program for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
It's okay. Thank you very much, the Honorable Commissioner, for the triple R's. May I now quickly invite the Honorable Commissioner of Women Affairs and Social Development, Honorable Neido G. Kofulto, to come and continue with the presentation. You're welcome.
Gentlemen of the press, our dear citizens, all viewers, we welcome you to the fourth quarter ministerial briefing of Adamawa State. From the Ministry of Women Affairs, the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development was created in July 1997 with the objective of executive government policies to improve the quality of lives of women and children on a sustainable basis. It is also charged with the responsibility of repositioning women and children who are undoubtedly the most vulnerable group within the society by advancing their socio-economic and political interests so as to match the development of the nation. To this end, the vision of the ministry is to create a caring and integrated system of social development services that will facilitate human development and improve the quality of life, with a mission to ensure the provision of comprehensive, integrated, sustainable, and high-quality social development services that will help reduce vulnerability and poverty, to create an enabling environment for sustainable development in partnership with those committed to building and caring in Adamawa State. The ministry is further saddled with the responsibility of executing social welfare and rehabilitation policies, programs, and projects of the state government, which are aimed to improving the lives of physically challenged persons and providing psychosocial support to internally displaced persons, and also humanitarian services. The main scope of the ministry is to develop policies and to ensure the delivery of a range of social welfare services aimed to providing equitable and sustainable improvement in the quality of lives of citizens of our society through skill acquisitions, common needs such as education, morals, and physical needs. Others are to provide psychosocial support programs to establish, and especially the vulnerable, the aged women, children, and people living with disability. In the ministry structure, we have the Administration, Finance, Women Affairs, and Child Development Directorate, Social Welfare Directorate, and the Rehabilitation. For the Child Development Directorate, we mostly work in collaboration with UNICEF, which have enrolled 152 adolescent children into various skills acquisitions. UNICEF is a known NGO that we all know that most times wherever we are hit or wherever children are involved, they always step in for us. So we work in collaboration with them. And with this, the state government has partnered and also helped to train these particular adolescents in different works.